Over recent years, the function of the watch has continued to change as time becomes more accessible on mobile phones and other mobile devices. Watches now become more like fashion accessories rather than just timepieces. This change in the industry saw the birth of
Fossil Gen 6, a beautiful smartwatch boosted by a new Qualcomm Snapdragon processor with pretty impressive design,
which I will review in today's video.
This is a successor of a previous Fossil Gen 5, which was one of the top picks for Android watches for the past 2 years. In today's video, we will tackle something that I couldn't find in other YouTube videos regarding the Fossil Gen 6, the real-life accuracy of the improved heart rate monitoring, SpO2 accuracy, and the steps accuracy. So stay with us as we're going to focus on these things in this video. Fossil is selling the Gen 6 in two sizes, 44mm with 22mm straps and 42mm with 18mm straps. Each size comes in its own assortment of finishes. It comes in a neat, nice box where we could find the Gen 6 itself, multilingual instruction manual, and a magnetic charging cable. First, let's take a brief look at the design. At the front, we have 1.28-inch AMOLED display with 416 by 416 pixels. It's brighter and displays more colors than the previous Gen 5, and it automatically dims in dimmer environments. It's easy to read and it has an always-on display option as well. And the case itself, I think it looks fantastic. The Gen 6 we're testing today is the one intended for women, with 90 cubic zirconia pieces around the display, an 18mm silicone strap. And it looks absolutely brilliant. Fossil blended timeless and modern watch styles in drafting the Gen 6's good looks. Let's flip it over to the back. Here we got a charging rings which are split into kind of concentric C's on either side, and in the middle we have our array of health sensors. Here's the microphone, and on the left side we have the speaker. All this allows to use with the phone calls and Google Voice Assistant.
What's the weather today? What's the Bitcoin value? Family Pop TV.
The speaker also helps when you want to use Google Assistant. As long as the watch is connected to your phone via Bluetooth, it can calculate spoken or typed queries and offer spoken answers in response. Gen 6 is water resistant to just 3 atmospheres. We are going to test and confirm the waterproofness with a simple submerged test. Normally, 3 ATM means it can handle some light splashing, sweat or rain, and it should not be submerged in water. However, Fossil says that the watch is swim-proof and can handle a test that includes 10,000 strokes in shallow water. As you can see, Gen 6 is fully waterproof, so swimming or washing your hands or showering should not be a problem at all. However, I wouldn't recommend to swim in salty water, as obviously conductive water may affect or even damage the metal parts of your watch. We do have fantastic heart rate tracking here. In our test, we have compared the heart rate readings from Gen 6 with the simultaneous readings from finger-clamped medical pulse oximeter. All the metrics are spot on.
However, let's not forget this is not a medical device, so the readings supposed to be used just for the reference. Here's graphic comparison. I'm using here my statistical tool, which is a Minitab.
The next test, the SpO2 or blood saturation tracking. Again, a little comparison with the NHS approved pulse oximeter. Again, the Fossil's precision is pretty good. The results are in line with the dedicated medical equipment. For the clarification, Gen 6 has a heart rate tracking and the SpO2 tracking, but hasn't got an ECG on board. The Gen 6 using a Google Fit companion app. Google Fit itself is a simplistic tool for tracking activities, but it handles a fair number of exercises. In addition to staples such as indoor or outdoor running, indoor or outdoor biking, yoga and weightlifting, it packs in a wide assortment of secondary activities such as football, fencing, skating, tennis, soccer and much more. So with that being said, let's look at the accuracy tracking of the pedometer. My wife been testing the Gen 6 step counts using manual tally counter. She took it on several walks and she done exactly 1000 steps, manually clicking the tally counter for each step. And our Gen 6 count is pretty decent, with a slight undercount. For manually counted 1000 steps, the Gen 6 captured 976 steps, which gave us 97.6% accuracy. Not bad. It also edged out elevation changes and the GPS location accurately. We couldn't really scientifically test the sleep tracking accuracy, however, my wife been wearing her Gen 6 to the bed for over a week. The Gen 6 struggled a bit with sleep tracking. It recorded the deep sleep periods but struggled with fall asleep and wake up time. I'm okay with that, but if accurate sleep tracking is vital to you, you might consider a different wearable. As for other useful features of Gen 6, we got here NFC on board. The bottom portion is set to open Google Pay, which works absolutely great for cashless purchases. On the app front, it's almost entirely Google's own stuff populating the Fossil Gen 6's app drawer. These include basics such as agenda, alarm, calculator, contacts, find my phone, stopwatch, reminders, translate and more. Third-party apps include Spotify, Amazon Alexa, Fossil, Nike Run Club and Moonlight. The watch boasts 1 GB of RAM along with 8 GB of storage, which is plenty for apps and music. During use, the apps never stuttered or crashed and the user interface was always fluid and fast. I'm very impressed. Battery life is only average for a device in this category and is perhaps the weakest link here. Fossil reduced the size of the battery from 310 mAh in Gen 5 to 300 mAh in Gen 6. The upgraded Snapdragon processor, which is more power efficient, helps balance out that loss. The good news is the Fossil Gen 6 recharges rapidly. Using the included charger, the watch reaches about 80% charge in around 30 minutes. That's significantly faster than the Gen 5. Gen 6 doesn't take any risk in terms of design or functionality. It's simple enough that it should work for most people and there are just enough design options to allow for a bit of personalization. By the way, if you want to see more videos like this one, definitely go down and click that subscribe button so you don't miss it when the next video comes out.
If you're buying this one or you're thinking about getting one, there's an Amazon affiliate link in the video description where you could find it for the fair price. That's it for today. If you enjoyed that video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to Family Pop TV.